Welcome to the Java Cafe, Java fam.
What's up, everybody? Good evening. This is James Jimmy Hills. I am the host of Java with Jimmy, and I know for those of you that watch on the regular, you're looking at the screen like, what the heck is going on? Jimmy has yellow and blue hair. Listen, we are here this evening for about a half an hour to chat with the world champions, the Pop Warner Super Bowl champions. I've watched this team. I'm going to go ahead and say the program. For those of you that are familiar with the Dorchester Elite Eagles, and if you follow their founder, their president, and their head coach, Beefy Cousins, you know that it's called the program. And so he is in the background. I'm going to bring him and the young men in. He's if you know him, it's about the young people for him. So he's going to jump in for a couple of seconds and jump back out. Also him and brother Tony. I don't know if he's going to allow us to call him by his nickname on screen today, but they're going to jump in real quick. So I'm going to bring both of them in first, then our young men, and we're going to chat with them. I haven't had brother Cyrus. I need that circle going. That's a little inside joke. I haven't had that. There we go. Wow. Okay. So we got a whole screen full of some Kings that did some great things for the city of Boston. So Coach Beefy, please introduce yourself and say hello, greet the audience, and tell us a little bit about the program. You got to stay on for a couple of seconds and then we'll pull you in the back, but introduce yourself. And if you all know Beefy, just enjoy. Good evening, brother.
What's happening, Boston? What's happening, New England? Coach Beef here. The Dorchester Elite Eagles is in the building. Got my partner, my man Big Hurst, on the phone, on the podcast, man. Been my childhood friend since we was 12. And it's crazy because, we used to play high school football together. You're talking from year 83 to 87. So, I knew how serious Hurst was when we played back then. And when I got a chance to coach at the Dorchester Eagles, Hurst was the first person that I called and asked did he want to get down with me 28 years ago. And he was at the source at that time. And without even flinching, he said, I'll be back from New York this week. So we put it together and we've been coaching 28 years strong. I mean, the first few years was, it was all about the Raiders and everybody else. But once we figured out the system, we just been cruising.
All right. Brother Hurst, please introduce yourself, man, and say hello. You went to Madison with us as well?
No.
Oh,
We played against each other. I'm Coach Hurst, Tony Hurst, for those that don't know. What's up, New England? What's up? Natty Talk. That's what this is all about tonight. Natty Talk.
No, listen.
Like bro said, we grew up together, came from the same area, and he played for Madison. I played for Hyde Park. We played against each other in high school. So we just been rocking for so long. Now we get an opportunity to give back to our young people, reach back, I should say, to our young people, and it's been an incredible ride. 28 glorious years, ups and downs, hiccups, but now we're on a whole different diddy bop right now.
Absolutely. And so Hurst, Coach Hurst, I don't know if you want to stay in and drop in the background as well. And we get ready to talk to these young Kings who have played hard. I just want to say personally, and Beefy can attest, I've been trying to get them on here for a couple of years now. And I text Beefy the other day. I said, bro, this one, can we please? And so I really appreciate you all taking the time. It is Sunday evening. I know they got to get ready for school and whatnot. It's 8 o'clock, but I'm going to put, hold on.
That's daddy talk there, baby.
You had me here. Get ready. Wait a minute. We need to get that on screen. I got a whole bunch of stuff going on here. All right. Where is Brother Hurst? You know, Beefy brings the whole crew with him. Look at that. Look at here. Yo. So what is that made out of? Let's just ask that for a second. Is it made out of glass? Is it made out of resin? Like what?
Glass, crystal.
Yo. Listen, all right. I'm just a little mesmerized real quick. All right. Coach Beefy, is there anything you'll be in the background and can come in and close us
Yeah,
out?
I just want to say one thing before you talk to these guys. All of these guys stayed in the transmission house. Well, you're gonna say, Beef, what is the transmission house? Well, these guys that are on this line, I told them, man, me and Coach Hurst systematically put them in the same house as us when we was down in Florida. You know, we had our talks in the morning, every morning while they was eating their cereal or whatever. And I told them, we will not win the national title if these guys who are on this podcast don't get off. You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
So they was in the transmission house. Everybody else was in the other Airbnb in the hotels. But these guys that was on this phone, they stayed with me because I knew that we needed them to be on the same page. And our quarterback Jaleel's not here, but these guys right here, these guys, you know, you can't drive a car without a transmission. And that's what these guys are right here, the transmission house. And the parade's coming. They're having a meeting on it tomorrow. So, you know, I'm expecting everybody to look like, you know, the superstars that they are, whatever we driving in, man. You know what I mean? Sunglasses, hats to the side, fur coats, whatever.
So wait a minute, Beefy, we're going to get to the young man because I see them in the background waiting. But
yeah.
Beefy, I'm going to do you like I do the politicians when I have them on here. I already reached out to the administration. I want to, you know, your community media, I want to, you know, be able to be in the background, do some behind the scenes with y'all. So I'm asking you in front of everybody.
Oh, here you go, man.
Yo, if Aisha's in here, okay, listen, we're old heads. We're going to get off. I want to talk to the young men. I'm going to put both of the coaches in the background, and you are getting ready to meet the transmission to the program known as the Dorchester Elite Eagles. So,
yes,
Brother Beefy and Brother Hurst, y'all stay on. I'm just going to pull y'all to the back.
Okay.
So, let's start with the order on my screen. First of all, we got the coaches off, and now it's all about you all. And so I'm going to go on the order on my screen. Christian, if you could introduce yourself, tell us how old you are and what position you play and how long you've been with the team.
I'm Christian Simmons. I'm 13 years old, and I've been playing with them since 2017, so 16 years. I'm at 6 years.
I was gonna say, what? Wait a minute. All right. Next, Xavier, don't do that. Xavier, come on, introduce yourself, your age, and the position.
My name is Xavier Blackman. I'm 14 years old. I've been playing for them, I think, 4 years.
Okay. And what position?
I think it was 2019.
Okay. And what position?
4 years.
And what position do you play?
I play wide receiver, running back, and linebacker.
Oh, so you got 3. Okay. Cyrus. Now, Cyrus, I actually would leave Cyrus I'm gonna leave Cyrus for last, and I'll tell y'all why in a minute. Brother Jaden, introduce yourself, your age, and what position you play.
My name's Jaden Beatty, and I just turned 15 years old, and I play cornerback and wide receiver. I've been playing with Dorchester since 2017, I believe.
Okay, so that's y'all got me here doing math. 2017, this is what, 2023, 6 years. Okay, so Brother Cyrus, you see his last name is cousin. I left him for last. Brother Cyrus is the son of Coach Beefy cousin, and so I know for you, we're going to start this next segment with you. Cyrus, please introduce yourself, tell us your age, and also the position you play.
I'm Cyrus Cousins. I'm 15 years old, and I play running back and middle linebacker.
Absolutely. All right, let me start with you, and we're going to go kind of all with you all, and you all can feel free to jump in. This is a conversation. What is it like to be a Dorchester Elite Eagle? Like, what is the experience like?
To be honest, it's a good experience because, like, as the years go by, because I've been playing on the team since I was like 5, 6 years old, and like as you get older, going through the program, like you get to learn from like different coaches and like. I don't know, like, it's just a great experience because, like, you learn different things from different coaches. Like, at one point in time, I had my dad coaching me. then Coach Hirsch, and then it was just like a whole bunch of different coaches just giving you that good advice, and not just football, but just in life in general. Like Coach Hirsch will always give us the talks, and my dad too. Like at the end of practice, just like um football is bigger than just football, and like there's way more things to life and just stuff like that. And it's great coaching. Yeah.
Okay. Jaden, can I ask you, when Cyrus talks about not just coaching, but the things of life, in your perspective, what is it like to be a Dorchester Eagle from your perspective?
I mean, he covered a lot. I mean, when we're in practice, we're so locked in with football. But at the same time, when we get those deep talks, a lot of kids, I mean, certain amount of kids, they would just think about football. But when it comes to me, I think about football and life lessons at the same time. So all the lessons they talk about on the field, I carried on to in life. And it really helps. And that's why I'm glad and grateful to have Coach Beef and Coach Hurts by my side.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Xavier, let me ask you, sort of on the same lines of being a Dorchester elite Eagle. Both of these young men just referred to the deep conversations. Is that your experience as well? Is it just about the football for you? Or like Jaden, are you taking these lessons and kind of mixing them up?
I mean, yeah, it's just been a great experience coming from Cambridge. I feel like they accepted me as a kid, and like ever since like I've been playing since then, it just became family. And I feel like they always tell me that they'll always be there for me if I ever need anything.
Okay. So you said family, both Cyrus and Jaden talked about the coaching as well as the life coaching. Y'all are getting some life coaching in here as well. You know, that's that term. And so, Christian, let me ask you, what's been your experience being a Dorchester Elite Eagle? I know your dad, so I know he's probably sitting somewhere. I think I can see a shadow, probably sitting somewhere in the background. But what is it like for you being a Dorchester Elite?
I would say kind of like what X said, like a family, but like a brotherhood also. And like ever since I became an Eagle, it's just been a brotherhood and not just football.
So all four of you have said it's not just football. Before we get into the other, let me talk about the football for a second. You all made history. Has it really sunk in that you all made history? Cyrus, I see you shaking your head and smiling. So we'll start again with you and then we'll jump around. What does it feel like, man, to make history? Like you're how old again? 14?
Yeah, 14. We're all like 14 and 15.
Okay. So what is it like to make history, man?
I don't know. At first, like when we was on a plane coming back from Florida, and like just like after the game, like I was just sitting there like, yeah, it's just like we won a football game, but like when it comes to like Coach Hurst and my dad, like they've been doing this for so long, like it's just they're excited because like they just won like a national title. Like Coach Hurst always told us like he been in like multiple overtimes about like in the Super Bowl game, and like now that we finally won it, it's like I don't know, it's just great, and it's like a good experience. And like at first I didn't really realize it, but like now as days go by, like I don't know, like it's like we really just won like the national title and we're like the number one team. So it feels good.
You know when it's really going to sink in when y'all are riding around in those cars at the parade. Christian, let me ask you, and I don't know if you know this, brother, but Mama Gina, Cammy's mother, she's in here talking about Christian, my baby. She's saying hello to you. What has been the experience for you making history, man? Like you've made history. What is it like for you?
Well, my brothers have all made it, and my second to oldest brother, Isaiah, he made it to the championship, but he lost. So he got to like brag about it to me. But now I can say I won. So it feels good.
Just a little brotherly friendly, you know, it's a family competition. I see her in the background cracking up. So you could tell him that you won. How does that, and it's definitely all in love. And I'm sure he's been a part of your development as a player, watching him. And so that historic piece for you has been being able to say, hey, you made it there, but what's the difference between you and him now?
Well, I won. He didn't.
Just a little low-key shade there. Jaden, let me ask you about the history piece. How does it feel to make history, brother?
Feels good. I mean, Christian, my cousin, and Isaiah and Zion. And so we were the only like football players kind of in the family. So my lookup was Isaiah and Zion.
Okay.
And they were really good. And they got to Isaiah got to the championship. Zion went down to Florida a few times. I used to really look up to them. But me and Chris are the only ones that can really say in the family that we won it in the champion.
Okay. All right. Xavier, making history. How does it feel, brother?
Oh, it feels great. It just feels great as like being the only team to like win it in our region. And I feel like it really means a lot to our coaching staff because like all the talks that they give us of all the years that they've came close and like all their victories and losses, and it just like meant a lot to us. I feel like
Absolutely.
I like commit or like I don't know how to say it, but like I like wanted to win it for them.
You wanted to win it for them. Okay. I see Christian, you shaking your head. Jaden and Cyrus too. So let me start with you, Jaden, here. Where's X opens up this sort of piece where, yes, you all are the players, but for 6 years, you've been watching them. On those 6 years, Christian referred to Isaiah going, they've been there. Coach Hurst has referred to, multiple overtimes and whatnot. This point for you, Jaden, talk about the fact of the exchange, not the exchange, I guess. Do you share that same sentiment that you want it for you, but is there a sentiment also too for the coaches?
Of course. I mean, they talk about all the time how they've been down to Florida so many times. I think it was about 19 times over and over again, but they never seemed to want it.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew we had a strong team. And I knew since day one we had a good team. And I knew we were going to go down to Florida, and I knew we were going to put a fight up. And so we got closer and closer and closer. Playoffs went by. We did good. And then we got to Florida. And I knew for as in me and the players, of course we want to win it. But we've seen in the course of years that Coach Beef and Coach Hurts has been through the thick and thin when it came to Florida, and we had to win it for them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Cyrus, any sentiment there? And again, you a little bit different. That's dad. And so any piece about, winning it for yourself as well. But then it's not just the coaches, it's the whole team as well. Correct?
Yeah. So like pretty much like in my perspective, like I think of it as like we were the only team that won it in like Boston and like New England. Mm-hmm. So it's not like when we go to the parade, it's not for like us, like for them to look up to us like, yeah, we won it. Like I want to share it as like everybody in Boston won it because everybody in Boston played a part in our life going through, like from when we was like little kids to like how we are now and stuff like that. So when we go to the parade, like it's just everybody in Boston won it. Like one family, one team, and like we're all going to share this great experience that we won the national title down in Florida.
Absolutely. Christian, any thoughts there?
I would kind of say the same thing, like sharing the trophy with everybody, because yeah.
Let me ask this: is it one? Coach Hurst had the trophy. Is it one big trophy that the team gets for this point and now? And maybe I can bring them the coaches back on if we need to ask that. But from as far as what you know, is it you've seen one big trophy, or do you all have like little trophies as well?
Well, no, it's just one big.
Yeah. Now, one thing I got to give up about Coach Beefy. Every year, I see a post, and y'all, how many rings y'all got?
Like 30, 28.
No, huh? Really?
Oh, rings.
Rings.
Like we got.
Oh,
yeah, because I've seen Beefy looks out for you all and make sure that he even maybe not winning the championship, but you all have some rings and stuff too.
I have 5, 4.
Jaden?
I have, just football.
Yo, this is definitely Beefy's son. Hold on for 1 minute. Where's it? I need to see his. Hold on. Yo. See, that's what the point I'm trying to make is that one thing I love about Coach Beef, and I know they're going to say it's not about them, but he does look out for you guys, even if you quote unquote did not win. How does that make you feel that maybe sometimes you may not win on the field? Jaden, you talked about lessons of life. How do you, and this is open conversation now, so all of you can kind of like open your mics and just have the conversation. How are you taking those life lessons, winning on the field, sometimes may not winning on the field, and applying those to life? And then we'll get back and talk more about the history, and then we're going to let y'all go because I have 7 minutes and I promised y'all half an hour. But let's have that open conversation about just how applying this winning can be applied to life. You may not have always won, but who wants to go first?
So basically, like I live in Boston, and Boston's not the best neighborhood. You know, there's rough parts of Boston.
Mhm.
And so, like, I feel like when it comes to, like, football is to lead you down the right path. But, like, with football, but you can also use it in life. Because in my life, I've seen a lot of people go down the bad road. But I feel like football helps because it can lead you down the right direction.
Sure. I'm leaving it open before I call on y'all.
I'll speak.
Go ahead.
I mean, yeah, like last year we made it to the semifinals, lost to the team that won the chip. And the first thing Coach said after we lost was, "I don't give losing speeches." And coming back this year, where's us winning it all? I just feel like it was just like
You broke
a
up a little bit, Xavier.
lesson.
Jada, stop. See, this is what family does. Y'all ain't right. Stop. Xavier, can you repeat it a little bit?
Like,
Because
if
your
we
signal went out a little bit.
come back here, let's not lose.
Jada and Cyrus, y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right. Cyrus,
Wait.
all right, start it over. You're good now.
I'm good. Or sorry.
Yes, you're good. You're good.
My fault. I mean, just like last year losing the semis, like it was just like we just like as a team, it was just like a heartbreaking moment because we made it that far as a team. And the first thing Coach said was, "I don't give losing speeches." And I feel like coming into this year, like as a team, we just knew we wanted to win it all, and we didn't want to lose in that spot again.
So you use that to drive you. Cyrus, anything there?
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with X and BD. Like these past years, like we've been playing football together for like a long time. I remember a couple years ago on the 10U, we played our like third round of playoffs against the Lawrence Hurricanes, and we came short. We lost 12-0. And like after the game, like we was all crying and hurt. But like we took that as like a life lesson. Like you win some, you lose some. And after that game we lost, you turn your pads in and stuff like that. We came back the off season, worked out hard, trained hard, and did all that extra stuff. And we came back and then we end up winning a national title a couple years later. But it just shows, like, some people when they lose, they give up in life. But like, and we took it as like a positive thing. Like, think win, lose win, or like I don't know that saying, but yeah, we just took it as a good thing instead of a bad thing, and we didn't give up, and we eventually came back and we won a national title.
Absolutely. That there was one part there I didn't mean to jump in. It was a thought, and I was just like, when you talked about the fact of taking the winning and like applying, all of you have sort of spoken to that. I'm getting ready to bring our coaches back in as we wrap up, because and I want to bring she's kind of like a halfway granddaughter, a family. G is in the building. Gigi's in the building. Coach Beefy, she's there. Wait a minute, where did Coach Beefy? Oh, I got him. Oh, right there. Listen, I haven't had these many people on my screen in a minute. I got a little confused. And so Gigi's in the building. I brought the coaches back. Coach Hurst, how does it feel to hear these brothers? They talked about, we had to shift them into the history. They talk about the program and the sport, but all of them naturally talked about the speeches and the life lessons that you all give them. What is the intentionality there?
Well, I always make it abundantly clear that football is just a stepping stone. I care way more about life skills and where you guys are going to land more than parking on football. Obviously, it's the carrot, but I always want to make sure that's definitely known throughout. I care way more about what you're doing in life than I care about youth football. So the message obviously carried over. They speak well to it. Love these guys. They football talented, but they also got a lot of skill sets up top that's going to take them far. Student athletes on the screen right now. Student athletes, and we preach that from day one. Love these guys. They got what they deserve. Natty, and they're going to go far in life. Believe me, we're still going to be a village. We don't stop doing our thing when they move on. We go with our guys to high school, some college, etc.
So you have you basically follow them. It's not just when they get off the team. You support
I don't do practices on Fridays so I can go to all the high school games. That's what we do. And we've been lucky enough to get some college guys that made it to college as well. We follow We all talk about it. We bring them back in to speak to the kids. No, we traditionally keep it together throughout. There's no stop supporting each other, and we talk offline a lot about life, and they can come to us for anything and everything. We stand on that.
Coach Beefy, I'm going to ask you a question. What has been the most surprising thing for you in these 20 years, but 28 years, sir? What's been the most surprising for you?
Well, let me say this. I am blown away just listening to. That's why I said I wanted to fall back and just listen to these guys. I am blown away because I never, especially Cyrus, I never hear him talk, right? And so I'm just over here like in awe. And then to hear the rest of the guys, like let me say this, man. All of these guys come from great families. I promise you. Everybody on this screen here has a great mother and father, and that's where it starts at home, right? And when I tell you, if you ever met their parents, you would understand why they are who they are, and it was just easy for me and Hurst to coach them up. You know what I mean? Me and Hurst has been on the other side, and we're telling them stay on that side. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And something else these guys on here ain't said. Do you know all these guys on here are honor roll students?
So y'all are real quick, Coach. If you Christian, what do you?
Well, hold on, Java. Let me just say this. So Simmons, Gamer, him and his brothers, they definitely got a little brother friendly rivalry, right? So Zion is crushing it right now. On the student, So we're in the transmission house talking, and I'm like, I was asking everybody again. I'm proud of y'all with the A's and everything. I'm asking everybody about their report cards. So I go to say the game. I know you got all A's. He said, Coach, I got 1 C. I said, what, a C? So because I've never heard of the Simmons boys ever get anything under an A or B. You understand what I'm saying? And with that, I turned that into a big joke. I told him he was a disgrace to the Simmons family for getting the C, and then Bob told me he brought it up. But that's how serious I know it is with their families. Like, you know what I mean? Like they are student, like Coach Hurst said first, student athletes. Yes, and you also mentioned Gigi. Gigi's my go-to everything, right? So when you talk about Dorchester, you got to talk about Gigi as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I just wanted to throw that plug in there as well. But, man, these kids on here are amazing, man. Forget the football piece, Java.
Yes, sir.
They're just amazing, man. I'm serious, man. I'm not saying that because we're on your show. I'm serious. They are amazing. It was a blessing to me to be able to sit in the house with them, come down, watch them eat cereal. It was crazy, man. To just watch them every morning and be able to talk to them, and you know what I mean. Just really find out who they are outside of football. We're living in the same house with them, man. I never went upstairs in their room. You know what I'm saying? I stayed downstairs. They'll tell you. But on game nights they locked in. You know what I mean? So it was just amazing to share an Airbnb with me, Coach Hurst, and the transmission boys. It was just a blessing, man. Real talk.
Absolutely, sir. I wanted to, when you talked about academics, and it is 8:33, so I want to honor the time maybe by asking, gentlemen, 2 things before we get ready to go. I'm going to ask you what all of you want to be when you grow up, and then also ask you, is there anything you want to say to the public or to the audience, either about winning, the life skills, anything? I'm offering you the opportunity to say anything you want to the public audience, but then also, what do you all want to be when you grow up? Christian.
Obviously I want to be an NFL player. So, but besides that, I think a lawyer.
A lawyer.
Oh shoot!
Ify, when they get off of here, I'm gonna hold you and Hurst for a minute. X, what do you want to be when you grow up, sir? Take your arm off of mute. And Beatty, don't laugh.
Obviously, a professional athlete. But other than that, I want to do something like the biology, like that type of area.
In biology and science?
Yeah.
What
Wow.
medical or
I don't know yet. Just somewhere in that.
Okay. I ain't trying to I ain't trying to force you. I heard biology and science. I thought I heard doctor. All right, Cyrus, you, sir.
When I get older, I want to play like some type of college football. But like when I'm in college, I want my major to be somewhere in like construction. Cause like I don't know, like usually like I'm good at like building stuff and like unbuilding stuff. So, yeah.
All right, we got an engineer on our hands right there.
Okay.
All right, Beatty, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Professional athlete, of course. It's number one. But when I get older, I probably want to, like, same with Christian, like lawyer stuff. It's interesting to me.
Okay, so you like the law.
Yeah.
So you got 2 lawyers, engineer, construction, some building, and scientists. All right, I've been trying to keep myself together ever since these boys opened. These young men, kings, have opened their mouths, and so I'm going to let them get off of here. Y'all 4 get off of here. I'm going to close out with Hurst and Coach Beefy. I appreciate all 4 of you all. Everybody in the comments, send them some love. Mothers, add them to the mothers board, prayer list, and whatnot. I got some OGs in here that I haven't seen in a long, long time. What's up, Rashawn? Good to see you in here. Ed Powell's in here. But gentlemen, thank you all very much for being a part of this evening. I appreciate it. Christian, again, give D and Marcia my best. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Coach, if both of you could stay on for 2 seconds, I would really appreciate it.
See y'all at the parade.
Oh,
see y'all at the parade.
Yes. So are they on break now? They're on break and don't.
Now they go back to school tomorrow.
I mean school, but I mean as far as practicing or whatever, they're done until next season, correct?
Yeah, they move on. They move on to high school and everything now, man.
Wow. So you gotta in a sense a little bit of let them go, but I know this is a crew that you just gonna hold on to just a little bit more tighter.
Absolutely.
All right, gentlemen, I'm going to get you guys off of here. Thank all 4 of you for joining in, and we will talk to you guys at the parade.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Love y'all, man.
Love you too.
So Coach Beefy and her, they got out on their own. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna be real with y'all. About the 3rd or 4th brother, the 3rd, 4th brother in, I'm sitting here fighting back tears. Because Beefy, can I be honest? Beefy and I talked, and I said I wanted to check in with them and get their perspective around what's going on in the world. Beefy was like, let's keep it to the history. We started off there. And Beefy, they went right into like the talks and the stuff that you all do for them without even any prompting. And so as much as it is the football, what really stood out to me is that you all are pouring into these young men. The football's easy. That's a skill set. But just they went there, Beefy, before we could even ask anything about like the life lessons that y'all teach them. And so I just really wanted to say to both of y'all, Conan's in here, some other folks is in here, whatnot, that it did my heart so much good to see these young men and I don't say articulate the way they do, because our young people, they talk well and blah, blah, blah. But there's a sincere passion that all 4 of them had. They don't play. They got their thing going on with them, but there was something very unique about them. Coach Beefy, your response.
Man, I said it in front of them, man. I was in awe, man. I'm serious, man. I've never heard them talk that much. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
They come to practice and they listen. They wasn't the type of guys that did a lot of talking. They our thing in practice is when the coach talks, like you'll mess around and get 200 push-ups, because what we instill in our kids is that when the coach is talking, you look in their mouth. You don't look to the left, right, because what we say is that's how we want you to be in the classroom, right?
Yes,
when
sir.
the teacher's talking, if you're in the back of the class and you fooling around with Johnny and Bobby and Ricky and Mike, you know what I'm saying? Now when the teacher asks you, well, what's the assignment on the board, you can't answer. So we really go hard with that. When the coach is talking, you look at that coach in the mouth and in the eyes, so you understand everything that is being said. Because we like for that to carry on into the classroom. You know what I'm saying? And them boys, man, like, I mean, we got a whole team
Yep.
that was special to us. You know what I mean? But what we didn't mention was, like, I think Cyrus touched on it a little bit. You know, they've been together for a long time. And a few years we played 15 on 11, if you know what that means. 15 on 11 means we played against the referees too. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes,
And
sir. I got it
and,
now.
and,
Yep.
there were certain games that, you know, the flags was like 30-2. You know, every time Dorchester did something good,
Yep.
here come a flag. And, you know, it was crazy to see our kids get robbed like that, especially this group right here. You know what I mean?
Yes,
They
sir.
was number one for since they was on the 10U for years. And every time we got to these championship game, here come Johnny Flagman. You know what I'm saying? And then so to finally see them get through, and when everybody keeps talking about the national title, but does people realize nobody even scored on them in Florida? The 8 points that were scored was from a
Talk
kick
it,
return,
baby.
right, Hurts?
Talk it.
Nobody scored on. Go on, let's talk about it, man.
Let's talk about it. This is
It was
after
like-
dark.
It
Talk
was
this
like so. They put the yellow tape on the end zone, as they should. You know? As they should.
Yo,
Yeah,
this is another
they
one.
didn't get scored on the Florida, man, at all
Oh, yo. So
in both games.
how do y'all feel, man? 28 years. Young people talked about and acknowledge, you know, that they've seen the journey and talk about the journey. How do y'all feel, Hurst? Let me start with you. How do you feel, bro?
I'm still taking it in, you know, in
Yes, sir.
terms of a natty.
Yep.
But the way I look at it, and over the course of the time, 18 trips, 19 trips, we took over 500, 600 kids down to Disney for that experience over the course of those years, whether we won it all or not. People forget that sometimes you get as far as Rhode Island.
Come,
We used to take buses back in the days. You
Hurst.
get as far as Rhode Island, and kids say, I've never been this far, coach. So that's a blessing in itself.
Yes,
To
sir.
get the opportunity to get up out of here and for your skill set. You know, no one just paid for you or whatever have you. You earned that,
They
you know, as a football, as a team, as a brotherhood, to go down there and represent for you know, for Massachusetts, for New England. So to go down and finally win it all, of course, it's a different feeling. But I just I got tons of calls from the alumni, all the guys that been doing this with us for years, and that was gratifying itself to have everyone reaching out and feeling like they're all a part of the championship, which they are. So at the end of the day, I think it's going to take a little while longer to settle in, to set in. When we get on that mission, we start doing that parade. It's really going to really kick in. But I just feel good, man, for the community that stood with us, supported us, and helped us get down. That's a very expensive trip. If we've done it that many times, so you can do the math.
Yeah.
We raised over $1 million over the course of these years to get these guys down here.
So let me ask this: y'all are a nonprofit. You all
Yes,
can
yes,
accept
indeed.
donations.
We always need uniforms, travel costs, road games, sign-ups, everything. It's always a lot pouring in.
How do people donate?
You've been blessed. We
is it a
definitely can
website?
use as much help as possible to keep this thing going. We do
So
year-round.
Java,
Yes, sir.
Ma-
So first of all,
ma-
Beefy calling me Java is he's known me since ninth grade.
So listen, Members Plus Credit Union, 494 Galvin Boulevard. Let me repeat that again. Members Plus Credit Union, 494 Galvin Boulevard. They can, send checks to the bank. The bank will automatically deposit it. But can I give I heard you mention a few people on here.
Yes, sir.
Brother Ed Powell, Brother Conan Harris, and Sister Aisha Johnson.
Yeah.
Staples in the community.
Miller.
Always, yes. Always
Long-time
had
friends
the
right there.
Eagles.
We got a lot of history.
Yeah, always had the Eagles backs one way or another. So once I heard you mention their names, I could not get off this show without telling them personally, man, I love them, man. You know what I mean? Definitely, man. So I'm glad you did, because I can't see who's on the show, but since you mentioned their name, I definitely want to throw them an alley oop and say, man, I love you all, and I love you, sis, for everything that you do for the community first and foremost. And when you stab in there to help the Eagles whenever we step up to ask y'all. So thank you.
I
with that
echo
being said,
those sentiments as well, my brothers and sisters.
yeah.
I really appreciate y'all. This went a whole lot different than briefly we were going to talk about the history and whatnot, but those boys set a whole different, those young men, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
It set a whole different tone. And it just, and I know y'all don't play. I know Hurst, I know the work you do from street work and stuff and youth work or Beefy. I just know you from around and seriousness and whatnot about community. And Sean's in here too, y'all.
Sean Brown?
Sean Brown
Sean
is
Brown?
he talking about where the champs at. The champs went to
Oh,
bed.
the champ. No. So with Sean, right? With Sean, his son, man, we was trying to get his son for a while, and we finally got him over there. Shandon, and Shandon was part of that going down to Shandon was part of going down to Florida. We won up here, but when we got down there, we got the Lamborghini. We got blown out down there. You know what I mean? But once again, he was part of that. So this parade is for him too, because these are the guys that set the tone for these young men. And Sean Brown, I can't say enough about that brother. Oh man, come on, man. You about to make me cry up in this piece, man. You got some heavy kings that are tapping into your show, man, that really, really showed love for the program, man. I kid you not. I know everybody think
Tony Rose
whatever they want to think, man. But
Juice.
Tony Rome's in here.
Oh yeah, Tony Rome, man. That's back in the days, though. You know what I'm saying?
D Sims is in. He's obviously
D Sims. So D Sims is Gamer's dad. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why we call him Gamer, D Sims came up to me one day talking about, yo, I don't know what's up with this dude talking about he don't want to play football no more. I said, why? What up, D? Talking about he want to be a professional gamer. I said, okay, from now on, his name is Gamer. So yeah, man, it's a village, man. But I'm extremely happy, man, because like I said, man, me and Hurst been rocking together since I was like 12 or 13 years old, man. And
Beefy, hold on. Sean from I ain't gonna say Sean from the gate, but Sean said, Beefy, I washed your dog's feet.
Nah, because he know what he was saying when I came back from the airport. I called the place for my dog, and I told the place, I said, make sure y'all wash his feet before he get my car.
Well, if y'all know Beefy, he is something else. Listen, but it's their success and how they roll. There's 6 years. That talks about the influence. Folks don't come out of your program, and not once tonight did nobody use the word the program. I'm so.
Do you know we got some kids from our program now that's in Division One? Like Lance is playing for Washington. They're the number 2 team in the country. Davidson, Bowling Green. So our program is actually turning a lot of our kids that are coming from our program that is going to Division One schools. Like Zion, Sims' other son, he's definitely going to be getting offers. Tyrone Elkhorn's son, he got like over 20 D1s offers right now. You know what I'm saying? So we got some hitters. Hey, I just see Bishop just happened. Did you see Bishop with the Heisman trophy? Yo, Bishop spoke so highly of the Dorchester Eagles today in service, man. See, a lot of people don't know. I go to church. I mean, I don't go every Sunday, but I do go, man. You know what I'm saying? And the one church I will go to is Bishop because I'll tell you a funny story, and it's not funny, but it's real. I seen Bishop on the murder scene years ago. There were 4 murders. And I walked up to him and I told him, I said, you know what? This is when I was street. You know what I mean? And I said, man, I always see you out here, even if the cameras ain't out here. That's how I know you're a real deal. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I fell in love with Bishop because I knew he wasn't out here being slick. You know what I mean? He was out here really being who he is.
Yes, sir.
That's why I love Bishop Dickinson, man. He's a real one.
Absolutely. Brother Hurst, you want to say anything before we get ready to wrap up? Because I see Beefy's about one to be in the background. Once Beefy gets started, it's a wrap.
I just want to shout everybody out to support us on and off the field, man. It does take a village. A lot of time people don't get the spotlight or get the praises, but without everyone, we wouldn't be who we are. Especially our assistant coaches, our board members. They go high, above and beyond the call of duty. Spending time with your own families. You can't have your time back. People like Jaleesa, day ones, and just always putting the program, I would say, if not first, tied with family. And we go through a lot of things from our family to be there for other people's families,
Yeah.
other people's kids. You know, so that in itself, I always speak that into existence in terms of telling our coaches, don't always look at it a W or a L. Just look at the time you spent and the life you changed and pouring back into these young people. I'll sum it up with that, man.
Yes, sir. I'm just honored to have both of you in here again. I thought this was going to be one thing. I've been chasing Beefy for about 3 years, ever since I had the platform. When y'all went to Florida, whatever that thing was in 2020, I was like, yo, Beefy, can y'all come on? But to have timing is everything.
It is.
To have you guys here tonight just did my heart good with all that's going on in our world, and especially right here in Boston. We're at the age where we're reliving some things that happened some years ago with this documentary that's out and whatnot. And I know y'all been caught up, you know, with football, but it's just so good to see at our level the success that you all are doing and that you're pouring into these young people. It gives hope that, like, when media and stuff says, you know, black men of this, or young black men of that, or whatever, yo, we saw tonight that that's not everybody. That's actually a minority. The majority of us are doing what these kings did in here tonight. And so salute, as Beefy often says on social media and whatnot, salute to both of you. I appreciate you. I am here, and somewhere between y'all and the mayor's office, I'm going to be somewhere on that parade. So just, you know, have the camera covered, do interviews and whatnot, you know.
Yeah, we'd love to have you, Java.
Yes, sir. Stop calling
and we didn't want to get on your show until we became world champions, man.
Y'all are, listen, but y'all got to understand. I'll let you go after this. The world championship is all throughout the 6 years. Y'all are putting champions out in the world every single day.
I
With
agree.
all due respect, screw a game, screw a trophy. Y'all are putting champions in the world every single what did you say, Hurst? Over 500. That's just that went to Florida.
Yeah, over 500.
What is y'all total tally for 28 years?
Yeah.
But you know
started. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I can't forget too, man. Keep tuned in for the Big Hurst Sports Academy. Bringing back the flag football through my other brand.
Did you just announce this here on Java?
Yeah, definitely. People kind of know about it.
Let me give you
the whole other things outside of football through our
Let me give you the whole screen, Hurst. Say it again. Hold on.
Big Hurst Sports Academy coming back strong. Flag football, off-season workouts, etc. We out here.
Yeah, we want all the kids to come to the Big Hurst Academy, so that way they can end up staying with us too. Now we can try to get it back to back because we know what it takes. So we want everybody's kid to come join the program.
The program, Big Hurst Academy.
That's where we are, the program, man. Thank you, Java.
Love. And
appreciate you, brother.
I'll see y'all at the parade. Absolutely.
All right, man. Salute.
New England, stand up.
Yes, sir. Yo, that was one of the most I'm tired. And y'all know when I'm tired, that means it was a good exchange. Those boys, those young men, those kings. Yeah, we're good. Listen, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for the 36 of y'all that are here. We're on every Monday morning at 9 a.m. We talk about life issues. We raise up community like we did tonight with these folks here. But we're here every morning, Monday through Thursday, right now at 9 a.m. I just did a poll, and we may be switching the time soon. But if you're inclined, and I'm going to invite you back to be a part of the Java family. Tomorrow, we are talking about affordable healthcare insurance. Some of you all have seen this commercial that's been floating around the city. Well, we're going to just check this out real quick.
For the innovators, the dreamers, the risk takers, independent workers who keep our neighborhoods thriving, Connector Care from the Massachusetts Health Connector has plans for every lifestyle and budget.
Having access to affordable healthcare is for everyone in our community.
Connector Care plans help more people save on healthcare that covers all their needs. Find out if you qualify for Connector Care. Visit mahealthconnector.org or call 1-877-MA-ENROLL.
Facts, that was just a small plug. We did that commercial because 1099ers and folks need health insurance as well. And so they're coming to talk to us tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. to talk about that. Then on Tuesday morning, we provide resources in the Java Cafe. The president of the Action for Boston Council of ABCD They're coming to talk about fuel assistance and also rental assistance. They're coming on Tuesday at 9 a.m. Then on Wednesday for Waterfront Wednesdays was with the Boston Waterfront Coalition. My longtime friend from the Greenway is going to come talk about a lot of the equity work that they're doing down on the Greenway. We know that Pro Black had his painting down there. It's lit up now. There's been talk about it needs to be there longer. And so Chris Cook is coming. And then on Thursday, we have I'm trying to read this with these glasses on Instagram. On Thursday, we're going to talk about health, community, and equity. I can't see the writing. So come back to the Java Cafe. Follow a brother if you have not over on Instagram. If you all have seen that video floating around of the woman that fell on crutches, we're about over 2 million hits. Go follow us on Instagram. Help raise the platform for the purpose of impact. If you're watching for the first time and tuning in, Java with Jimmy is all about impact. All right. So we will see you guys tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. where we're going to talk about health insurance and hearing from Jeff Leffers from Massachusetts Health Connector. We're going to get back to our regular branding there. I thought it was so appropriate to celebrate these young kings and dedicate the whole brand to them. So we're back to normal now. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Oh, I got some comments in here. Let me catch up. Yo, my mother. So you all get an hour. If you're a member of UCB, you get an hour for points tonight. Whole 100 points. Also watch us on Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Thanks, Keys. We do not have a date for the parade yet, Bridget. Coach Beefy said that the city is meeting tomorrow. I think I got everybody. James said thousands of youth. 28 years. They produce champions every single. All right, I'm getting off of here before I get Bishop. Good to see you in the room. The coaches go beyond football. Nice interview, Jimmy. First of all, I don't like Bishop Dickerson calling me Jimmy. Well, he actually, you know what? Bishop Dickerson was one of the first people to ever. John P. Key and them back in the day. There was this part where John P. Key would say, "Come on, Jimmy Hill," and Bishop Dickerson used to not Jimmy. Oh, I think it was Jimmy Hill. And Bishop Dickerson was one of the first ones to get Jimmy out there. All right, I'm off of here. And here comes Jamil. New name. Jamil's another one that's known me for years. Talk about some Java. I'm getting off of here. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Have a great day. Shalise, thank you so much. Please come back. Here's my mother. Please come back. My mother is inviting y'all back to the Java Cafe. Please come in. And again, we'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Have a great evening. Rest of your evening, everybody. And we'll talk to you soon. Peace.